Yeah, Tai, how would you assess just your first couple years and how you developed?
It's been a lot of learning, a lot of reps where, I just take reps, but just learning it through them. A lot of years where I'm just, last year I had to go take underneath Taylor Upshaw. I learned a lot through him. Taught me a lot as an edge rusher, as a D-Lineman. So, yeah.
You play both inside and out. When you were at Modern Day, did you play mostly D end, or did you get some experience at D tackle?
I played both at Notre Dame, inside and outside. Yeah.
How would you describe the difference between what you have to do as an interior guy versus an edge rusher?
Edge rusher, you get a lot more room to work. Inside, it's a lot of physicality, a lot of dirtiness, roughness.
And then what's the significance with your name, your first name?
Tai means leader. Yeah, my mom and my grandpa named me that. Means leader.
And growing up with your family, what was that like?
It's a lot of straight family time. I never really hung out with people outside of my family. Just straight barbecues, going outside, pool. Me and my little brother, best friends. We just do everything together. So.
A lot of football games
Oh yeah,
together?
football, baseball, basketball, everything.
How was that like going up against your cousin last year against Oregon State?
It was interesting. It was fun. It was cool to see someone else with my last name back there, and it was cool to compete with them, share some plays.
And then Keanu, how have you progressed in your last year and a half of the program?
I wasn't a big contributor last year, but just being on the sideline and being under Tyler Manoa and watching them boys play and really develop my skills.
Did the opportunity to play more, did that get you to come back as opposed to hit the board?
I don't know what in regards to that, but it's just within my opportunity just being here at the moment. And yeah, the opportunity I have now and within the position I am now, being a potential starter, it's really a blessing.
So when was it last season that you started to get more involved in the mix?
So I redshirted. So I played. It was a UCLA game. That was my first game, like really playing, and then that was I think like the 8th game. So that's when I started to really get into the swing of things.
Did they tell you up front that that's kind of what they wanted to do and kind of redshirt you and see if they could get you in games later in the year?
Yeah, we already had planned it at the start of the season, so we already knew that I was going to play that later in the games.
What's the benefit to being able to have the opportunity to play those games but not lose any eligibility for you?
Honestly, just learning, like you said, there was guys last year, Taylor Upshaw, Jeremy Mercer, just big time ends like that. Seeing those guys every day, how they go about their days, what they do to be great like they are. It was just learning from them and obviously learning from Teddy too. So I feel like it was a really good learning experience. So now it has me like elevating my game a little bit.
Just in terms of how the game went, though, would you say Colorado was probably the game where you played significant snaps?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I played a lot of snaps that game.
Okay. And you and Sterling got in the mix in that game.
Sure. Yeah,
what was that experience like being thrown out of the fire in a close game?
Man, it was actually like a really fun experience to me. Like I didn't know it was going to be thrown in when it was like fourth quarter. It was a tie game, so it was a real critical moment. But they trusted in me, so I just had to do everything I could to make the tackles and stuff like that.
For any of you guys, Coach Joe was saying that he's kind of bringing a different mindset to the defensive line group, more of a go vertical, get up the field versus holding gaps. How would you describe what that's like and how it might be beneficial if you can execute it?
Yeah, he's essentially taking all the thinking out of the play. He just wants us to play football, get a field, cause havoc. If you're gonna mess up behind the line of scrimmage, to at least cause havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, it just allows us to play our game. He wants us to elevate by not thinking as much and just obviously just going. You know what I mean? So that's just the biggest difference that I've seen.
I get a big question for any of you. With so many guys going to the portal, going to the NFL, a lot of people saying, having some concerns with the defensive line and the depth. For you guys, what's your message to people who may have some doubts about what you guys can do as a group?
Well, with the standing point, the group that we have now, day by day, we hats off to the offensive linemen. We just sharpen iron within regards to the defensive line with the offensive line. just have fun, create havoc, and create chemistry. Moving on to this new league.
What's it been like working with Trey Smith on the defense line? Just one of the new guys, and you've seen him get more reps over the last couple of days.
He's a good football player, good kid. He's awesome person. He works incredibly hard. He's very smart. Works, I love playing right next to him. He's a good kid.
How does he help you guys adjust to the new coaching staff? Because he's obviously had experience with a lot of these guys at San Jose State.
He's definitely helped us understand some of the drill work, where Coach Joe's head is at. Definitely walked me through a bunch of stuff. Walked with us through a lot of the drills. So yeah.
Tai, as a Trinity League guy, what was it like going up against Speedy and Noah and T-Mac as high schoolers?
Those guys were tricky in high school, but I would say as the team that I was on Notre Dame, we always got the best of them, but those guys always gave us a good shot, and it was always exciting to play against those big games. Those are probably the best part of high school.
During a time of uncertainty in January, what was the impact that was felt by the team when Noah and T-Mac decided to stick around?
Definitely a lot of reassurance. Together, this team, we're really tight together, and we're really close. So when we heard a lot of us are staying, decided to stay, it was a good message to hear. So everybody wants to give it a shot. See where this thing's gonna go.
What's it like been working with Cyrus Durham so far? Has he told you anything about given that he has some sort of martial arts background, given any moves?
Cyrus, he's actually a really good dude. Like me and him go back and forth in practice. Like, yo, watch me, see what I can improve on, and I'll watch you. We just do that type of thing. He did tell me he had that type of background, so I was like, wow, that's crazy. And he told me that he uses it to his advantage on the field. So Cyrus is a really good dude, man. He kind of, when he first got here, he reminded me of how I played last year too, like just wild and stuff like that. But he's a great player, and he's going to develop into something real good.
For all of you, what do you guys think about the EA Sports and the college football video game? Digging it?
Should be cool. Can't wait to put myself at linebacker, see what I can do. Let's hope they give me a fast speed overall, good pass rush overall, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a dream, man. Like I always dream of playing with myself in the game. So that's a really big opportunity. So it's just a blessing.
I just gotta put the work in on the field first, and see what's gonna go on after that.
That's true.
And then you're a junior college guy. What was that experience like for you?
Man, it was truly one wall I had to walk through for sure. It was a blessing. I'm very happy I went through it. It wasn't easy, but it was a good experience.
What's that grind like?
Unlike myself, Cyrus as well. Come from San Mateo. It was being hungry for every opportunity, every possession, every snap, and that's all it was.
Do you feel like transfer portal has kind of hurt junior college football in ways?
I wouldn't say so. I say it's an opportunity for them because I know a couple boys from JUCO that is very high name, but they don't really get talked about.
And then why do you think you went the JUCO route?
I didn't really have an opportunity out of high school, but when I took that route, I went through everything, and everything happens for a reason.
For any of you guys, to what extent is Coach Brennan involved in the defense out there in practice? Is more so than Coach Fish? About the same? Is he?
I'd say probably about the same. He's not really too involved with the defense from our perspective.
He always walks up to us on D-line drills, sees how we're doing, talks it up, chops it up. Sometimes it's pretty cool.
What would have been your just sort of first impressions of him as a coach, as a guy?
Very good man. Enjoyable person to talk to. Talk to him about anything. It's easy to talk to.
Yeah, he has open arms all the time. The door's always open. So whether if I need something or I need to talk to him, he's there for me, and obviously everyone else on the team.
A very loving person, very open arms for all of us.